Good evening. Welcome to Maura's Epic 10-Minute Variety Show. I'm Maura, and I'm standing over here in the corner to begin the fashion portion of the show. I am wearing my new nightgown. Amazon gave it to me today. Once or twice a week, they just send me things. All I'm doing, I go on the website, I have a little time on my hands and I look at things and I think, oh well, maybe I'd like that in medium. That's all that's happening, and then it just shows up. I don't know if this is something that out of goodness of their hearts they're doing because of the quarantine, knowing that we all need a little bit of excitement in our lives. But so this is what I wanted to show you, and I want to apologize for the condition of this studio. I know it's really just my room here, but I'm trying really hard. And oh, it's so dark. I'm going to have real lighting any minute. As soon as Passover's over, because the company that I'm going to buy the lighting from, they won't take any orders until tomorrow night. So I found what I need. This place is going to be lit up like 4th of July. Yes, because the lights have colors somehow. So we'll be flashing lights. I know I could use a disco ball. But anyway, so the reason I wanted to explain all that, aside from being embarrassed about the lighting, is that this nightgown is lavender and you can't appreciate it because it's so dark. Okay, I'll come up close. See if I can keep my head out. You can't tell. It is that really, I know this is like an old lady nightgown, but it's pretty, right? And it was free. Amazon just sent it to me. So, okay. Now I have to tell you, I'm really kind of worn out because I had a big afternoon. If you tuned in earlier to my preview, you will have noted that I came down a water slide faster than anyone in history has ever come down a water slide. I came down that water slide bigly. And it was exciting, but boy, it really took a lot out of me. So not a great start because, all right, I have a big, you're going to just love this. Okay, here's the nightgown. Get ready. Here's the big reveal. Get ready. Watch. Oh my God, what's she going to do? Ta-da! Yoga. We're doing bad yoga tonight. I just throw things on the floor. Don't tell my mother. Well, you couldn't, even if you wanted to. Okay, returning that. I've set up this whole thing. This is a massage table so that I can kind of hopefully do this. So one of the things I found out today is that I'm looking at a portal. I don't know if you've ever seen me explain this. It's a Facebook portal. I'm looking at what looks like it's a screen, and I'm seeing what I'm seeing because this camera tracks me and it shows everything. If you're watching me on your phone, you're going to want to turn your phone sideways. And maybe you should have been doing that all along. I don't know. Because I understand that the new normal now is not laptops. God forbid, you're going to watch on your phone. So because it's yoga, I'm sitting on a massage table. This also came from Amazon. It's the most amazing thing. All I did is looking at it, I said to my husband, just think if we had a massage table, we could have massages. And he thought that was a great idea. And then he thought I was going to give him massages. Oh God, that's ridiculous. So here I am on my massage table. But, all right, okay, what is bad yoga? I just sort of put that out there and didn't explain. Bad yoga is what I practice because I've gone to yoga studios. I'm the worst one in the room, hands down. And these girls, it's mostly girls, of course, they show up with their adorable outfits and all of their accessories and their water bottle, and they're just so sincere about the whole thing. And you get in there and they got music and they light incense, which I can't abide, but they light incense and again, the music, and everybody is so spiritual and nobody smiles. There's no chatting. No one's cracking jokes. And they don't explain anything. They pretend to. But you're supposed to show up there knowing a whole bunch of Indian words. The only Indian words I know are Shavasana, which you'll hear a lot about tonight because basically it means like lying on the mat like a corpse. That's my favorite pose. And the other is Tikka Masala. So I am going to walk you through a few things. Now, there is a video out there that I found, and it is the 11 poses you should do at night. I tried it. 40 minutes. Who has 40 minutes? Don't they know I have to watch Tiger King, for heaven's sake? So we're just going to spend a few minutes on a few poses that I think you should do every night. You do not have to have a massage table to practice yoga. All you need is a floor and, in my humble opinion, all right, see if the camera will come, 2 yoga mats. I am a little bit of a princess. 1 yoga mat is not enough. You can get these everywhere, as you know. I'm assuming some of you are in that category of precious yoga people. I'm talking to the other group here that feels like I do. Maybe they went once when they were on a cruise and it was a nightmare. Maybe I'm talking to your husband and you've been telling him he should practice yoga and why. And you should, we all should, even though we're bad at it. It's okay to be bad at it. In fact, being bad is great because all you actually have to do is try. And the effort of trying actually does the trick. All right. I just realized something. I am the Tiger King of yoga. Not bad, not a bad label. All right, this is a block. And usually if you buy 1, you get 2. I do have 2, actually I have 3, don't know why, but I only ever use 1. And it's going to be for a pose I'm going to show you in a minute. The other thing that I think is really important, I got to cut this string off. This is a little pillow for your neck. So when you're lying down, your neck is supported. Now, I don't know, I wish I'd brought my other pillow. I don't know where you're going to find this because I got this at Relax the Back, which is this great store. And it came with this whole other ensemble of, oh my God, I can't even explain it to you. Put this thing on your leg and you lay, it's like 5 big geometric things. And it had this little thing. And I ordered another one on, I ordered one on Amazon. I actually did order something once and it never came, but it was bigger than this, and you really want it. You see how small this is? This is not going to come as a shock to you. I have a traumatic brain injury. Most of the time, I'm okay. But when I was really not okay, I had to have this. I could not put any pressure on my head. And I've just stuck with it better, other than the mania. All right, I'm going to put that down, and we're going to go into, and really and truly, you should do these poses sometime during the day. I'm just going to show you a few. I'm not going to wear you out. I'm exhausted. But if you do these few poses every day, things are going to start changing. And you don't have to worry about what you look like or what you wear. I am actually, all right, go back to another old-fashioned show. I am actually wearing kind of yoga. I am wearing yoga pants. Can you see them? They're just TJ Maxx and then this thing. I had a shirt that matched with long sleeves, but then you would have seen it through my nightgown and I wanted it to be a big surprise, so I couldn't wear it. I'll wear it another time for you though. Okay, when I'm not trying to be sneaky. All right, have that set up. Just a couple of poses. So the big thing about our bodies, oh, listen to me, I'm going to act like I know what I'm talking about, is that our hips need stretching. You know, I had a knee problem that I just figured I was like 50. And I thought, this is it. This is when you see people running around with little wheelchairs, you think, what's wrong? I was going to be one of those people. This leg did not work. And there was apparently nothing wrong. There was something wrong. And I have to tell you that what saved me was yoga. And if I do not practice yoga with regularity, I get terrible cramps in my feet and in my shins through here. It's really, really terrible. And I know it's because I'm old. So I have to practice yoga, and I will have some days, like maybe I walked a lot or something and I didn't stretch at all, and I will have to every time get up out of bed at 11:30 and do a half an hour of yoga. So we want to eliminate all that. And one way is to work on the hips. Okay, get ready. You're going to just, first thing. All right, so make sure your phone's sideways. You can see me. We're doing Shavasana. Now, this is the most important pose. And I'm told that if you do nothing else, you should do this one. And so I believe it. And you know what? I know I'm on a massage table. You really cannot do yoga on a massage table. I'm just doing it for demonstration purposes. You can't do it in bed. My sister Carolyn, if you're watching, she's trying to get her to practice yoga, and she goes, only if I can do it. But you can't do it in bed. It's got to be on the floor. I don't know why. It's just the way it is. So lie down. Can you see me? I'm lying down. Oh, isn't this great? Oh, I just absolutely adore this. So we're doing Shavasana, which is Indian for collapsing into nothingness. And what's really great about Shavasana is not only do we start and end our practice with it, we pretty much do it after we do everything. Oh, here's the other thing. You're supposed to breathe. I hate breathing, and they make you breathe. So we're just going to do it once, but you really, really should do it like all through. Okay, here we go. We're going to breathe. So, and you're supposed to like breathe in. All right. I can't talk and breathe at the same time, so I'll just do it once. Okay. So the idea is that you take this deep breath, you fill up, they're always telling you to breathe into your back or your side or your feet. Don't ask me what that's about. But this big breath, you're supposed to hold it at the top and then you let it out. If you could do that 10 times when you start, just when you're like lying here. If you don't want to do it, I don't care, because I don't actually do it. Don't tell the other yoga people that, because don't forget, we're the Tiger Kings of yoga. Right, so now we're done with that. We've done that. You lay here for as long as you want. Now, here's where the block comes in. There is an Indian word for this. I don't know what it is. I call it butt on a block. So, legs up the wall. If you have a wall, I can't explain that. So I sit on this. Can you see where my, sort of the top right here? And then the legs just go up. Watch this massage table collapse on me. You can see my legs. Can you see my head? I'm down here. All right, I'm only going to do this for a second. But you can do this, I'm telling you, for 5 minutes. It just feels so good. The blood all comes oozing down and into the heart somehow. And it just feels good. I know it's good for you. If you were a nurse or a waitress that used to always tell you to do this, put your legs up, I assume they, because I never did it. So that's what the block is for. And that's basically all we're going to do in bad yoga. We're done with it. So, okay. Now I was talking about hips. We really have to loosen these babies up. And here's how we're going to do it. Okay, first we have to rest. We've done butt on a block. Now we're resting. So just rest, maybe breathe if you feel like you have to. Okay. So hands around the knee. I know for some of you, this is like, what's she doing? We know this stuff, but it never hurts. So you just pull it in, and it doesn't matter if you can't even clasp your hands around for some reason, who knows why, injuries or something. Just try, and the act of trying makes it work. So, and then you just pull it in. And how long should you do this? I mean, obviously I'm only going to do it for a second, and then I'm going to do the other one because I am trying to be entertaining and not boring, but I probably would do it for 2 minutes each. And I can't say the name aloud because she's listening. I'll spell the name for you, Alexa. But when I'm practicing, I can say that name, and I can say, set the timer for 2 minutes. And guess what happens? She does it every time. Or 5 minutes, or 1 minute, or whatever, because otherwise what I end up doing is counting in my head really fast to try to get to 2 minutes. But if I just allow she who will not be named to do it, it's great. I can just suffer with the pose. And let's face it, it's all suffering. I don't want to hear how great all this is. It's necessary. Okay, we've done that. Remember? Okay, one, and then the, and this one is sort of like, so you cross your leg. I know you can't see this. You know, you're in like a figure four, okay? And then put your hands under here and just pull. Oh, I hate my feet. I'm sorry you have to see this. I won't do it for long. So you get the idea. And you can feel, this is sort of like that, only not. It's, you can, you know, you can feel where it's stretching these muscles. I'll do it on this side, then you can kind of see it better. Wait, I have to go like this. It's all, you know, I'm sorry I'm touching my butt, but it's really pulling, you know, stretching. That's what we're stretching. All right, blah, blah, blah. I think this should be, I know some, all right, can't see me, so it's like I'm not on stage, which is really bad. And we've done those. All right, here's another one. Every night, you guys, this is not too much. And I don't know what they call it. I call it the banana pose because you kind of turn your body in a banana. Like, so your feet are, you know what a banana looks like? It's kind of like a crescent moon, as best you can. And you're stretching this whole side of your body. It feels actually kind of good. And again, maybe a couple of minutes if you can. I mean, start with 10 seconds if that's, you're going to do this on both sides, but I'm not going to. If I were to do this on the other side, I know I would fall right on the floor. It would be really bad. All right. We should not laugh or giggle. That's part of bad yoga, being completely irreverent, by the way. Isn't this great? Aren't you glad you came? Okay, so we got through that. Now, I have to apologize for the next pose because the other thing you really have to do, sit up for this, is you have to build some core strength. And here's why. The zombie apocalypse is going to happen, and you have to get up out of the recliner as fast as possible. And unless you have some core strength, you're just not going to be able to do it. Okay, I actually know the name of this one, but it's not an Indian word. I know there is one. It's called, I think it's called bridge. Okay, all right, you're going to hate me, but you have to do it. All right, see, here's my feet. I can't see my head because there's these little green things on the screen. But see how I'm lifting up like that? Okay, so you can, it's only showing this much of my body. You can start with just doing this. And just, I'm not going to tell you how long to do it. The first time you do it, you'll know how long you'll be able to do it, which is like hardly at all. It's just terrible. But if you can count to 10, great. If you, I can do this, and I don't mean to brag, but I can do it for 2 minutes. And when I do it, I actually, can you see I'm clasping my, you make the most, as long as it's, you're going to suffer anyway, make the most of it. So if you can clasp your hands, and the other thing I do, which you can't see, is I get on my tiptoes. It's not fun, but it's good. And well, I threw the block on the floor. What they tell you to do is to put that block between your knees. Who wants to do that? But it would, so you're getting a lot for your money here, because you're kind of strengthening all this, and you're pulling your arms back, which is really good. And you're on your tiptoes, so you're kind of stretching them. And that's the pose. So, oh, we have to rest now. So Shavasana comes especially after this one. The only other pose that I'm going to suggest you do besides, this is not taking that long, is it? Okay, we're going to sit up, get up. All right, I'm up. There's the camera. You know when I told you I'm always the worst one in the room? I am not flexible at all. I have been practicing yoga for, how old am I? God. I've been 12 or 13 years. Because after I got that concussion, I was like a prisoner. I couldn't leave my home. I couldn't do anything. So I got really serious about doing this little practice of yoga. Okay, so when I get the cramps in my feet, it's usually because I need to do this thing, is their arms up in the air, head back, and then just, I can't go very far. That's all I can do. But I try and do this for like 2 minutes, which is an eternity. But I didn't always do it for 2 minutes. And I'm sure 2 minutes isn't even long for those other yoga people, the good yoga people, but it's long enough for me. And what's happening, I'm sure everything looks like not great, but it's not only I'm stretching back here, but I'm stretching my arms out. So la, la, la. And if you really want to add just a little more, I can't really do this too well because I'm on this thing. You see me? Well, anyway, I'm just putting this foot in here, right? You know what I'm doing. Up we go and then down. And then we hold that for a minute or two. That's all. But when I get these cramps, and this is no joke, it's terrible. My feet, they curl up into this really awful looking, it's like they're deformed, honestly. And I can't even sometimes put my foot this happens when you get old, so just be ready. If you're not practicing yoga yet, I pray that you do. For all that I'm making fun of it, it's the greatest thing. I really do not like it in the sense that it's work. But if you can make a space for yourself, now I'm going to sound like one of those good yoga people, and make it pretty, then the mat becomes, it becomes like your little island. And when you get on the mat, you're doing something that you aren't doing when you're not on the mat. If you just went on the carpet or on the bed or something and stretched around, you're stretching, but when you're on the mat, you're actually practicing yoga. So I am very grateful for it. I hope this little sample was helpful, and that's all I really want to say about it, because it's a journey for you. And at some point, I will share some, because I do watch some yoga videos, and there are some that, especially the one that saved my life when I had my terrible head injury. And as far as any of us can tell that have gone to her YouTube class, it's 42 minutes long, she never did another one. And there are 100,000 comments begging her. She just, I don't know what happened to her. She did this one beautiful, and I practiced that video, what she showed me in that, and her name is Sarah, and I think about her a lot. Anyway, that's all I have for you today. I will see you tomorrow. Tomorrow is Thursday. I have something very exciting coming up, by the way, for my Saturday weekend edition, I guess I call it. We're cooking. I'm actually cooking something, and I'm not going to tell you what it is, but it's going to change your life. And I am not even a good cook, but I, as you know, can make toast and coffee, and I can make this thing I'm going to make for you, and then you're going to make it, and we're all going to be in paradise together. Thank you very much for coming. I'm going to say goodnight because I'm babbling, and have a great rest of your night. See you tomorrow for my review. Good night.